Hi guys, so I'm going to start making the keto Snickers. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I'm going to make 2 lots because I'm going to do some for work as well, because I promised some of the girls, some of the nurses and HCAs, that I would bring some in for them for tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to crack on with that. And I hope you guys enjoy it. This is a no-bake Snickers thing, so I'm quite excited about it. So see you in a sec, guys. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I am making some keto Snickers bars. They taste a little bit like Reese's Pieces as well, so you could call them a Reese's Pieces, but for me they're keto Snickers bars because we do love a bit of peanut in this house. So today I'm using peanut butter from My Protein, which looks like this. It comes in kilo tubs, and it's the best one that I've found that's unsweetened. And we can add to it, so I recommend this one, guys. So if you are shopping for any, have a look on the My Protein website. It's not that expensive. I think it's about £4 or £5 a tub, and sometimes they do some really good deals, so definitely recommend them. You're also going to need some butter, powdered erythritol, because this recipe is no bake, which is great. Really easy recipe to make as well when you've got a sweet tooth, and it's easier for the sugar to dissolve. Well, sugar substitute to dissolve if you use the powdered, so I recommend that one. And we're also going to be using some 85% dark chocolate. And to make the caramel section of it, I'm going to be melting down some Werthers Originals, sugar-free. Now these are not keto, but they are low carb, so just be careful with these. And sometimes, guys, they've got a little laxative in them, so just watch how many you chew on. So yeah, and you're going to need some butter. So yeah, let's get on it. You need a bowl, some scales. Now I usually, for making this recipe, I usually measure it in cups, but I know that being in the UK, a lot of people don't use cup measurements, so I've got the scales ready to tell you exactly how much each thing weighs. I think a cup is about 250 grams, but we'll find out today. Alright, so let's crack on. One thing I would recommend, guys, is before just sticking your, if you do end up doing it with a cup, so it's 1 cup of peanut butter and 1 cup of butter. So before you use this and stick it straight into the peanut butter, spray it with a little bit of avocado oil. It just stops it all from sticking and it's easier to come out. And it just like lines the inside of it. It just works a little bit better. So yeah guys, I am using a spoon to pack it in a little bit, just to make sure that I get the right weight for use, really. So let's pop that. So it comes out at 239, there is a little bit in here, so I'm going to make it up to 250. So yeah, if you're using a cup, it's 1 cup, so 250 grams. There we go. Now in this I'm going to add the butter, so it's 250 grams of butter to 250 grams of peanut butter. Alright. Now when putting the butter in, guys, I recommend put it in to slightly smaller slices, just because it'll melt better, because we're going to stick this whole lot in the microwave. There we go. I'm not going to show you the microwave, guys, you know what a microwave looks like, but do it in 30-second intervals and then just keep mixing and I'll show you what it looks like in a second. So guys, it's melted down now and looks like this, so it does go quite runny, which is ideally what we were looking for. And now I'm going to add half a cup of powdered erythritol. Now the reason I'm, like I said before, I'm using powdered is because it's a no-bake recipe, so it's actually easier and it melts a bit quicker. So I'm going to give you the grams now. I'm going to weigh this out, so let me just... So it works out as 75 grams. Alright, so you want 75 grams of powdered. And then you mix it in. Now I add 2 pipettes, is what these little things are called, so I add 2 pipettes of the peanut butter flavour in as well. And again guys, you can buy this from My Protein. They're not expensive, they're really good substitutes, and they taste really good as well. Really should be using a whisk, but to be honest, a spoon does, because this is a no bake recipe, it's really easy to make. And if you've got a sweet tooth and you're dying on something, because sometimes you just need something sweet, and it's on keto, it is difficult sometimes to have sweet treats. Although you wouldn't think it from this channel really, because I've made about 6 different things. But they're all hard work sometimes. This one's not. This one's really easy. So there we go. This is what it looks like. Can you guys see? Alright. So yeah, I'm just going to stick my finger in. Perfect. I'm also going to add a little bit of salt. So, I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to like Snickers and stuff, I like the sweet and salty. So yeah, 2, 3, 4. So it's about 1/4 teaspoon of rock salt that I've put in, some Himalayan pink salt. So guys, I'm so sorry, I nearly forgot to tell you about the almond flour. So you need 250 grams of almond flour also. I'm currently stirring that in just now because you want it to go into like a hard, well, not really a hard ball, but you want it to be pliable enough. So 2 seconds and I'll show you what I mean. So if you wanted to, I've done these before, that you can actually make them into little balls like this. So they're strong enough to hold into a ball. So guys, I literally take it and then I press it in. Now if you can't use a little spatula, then use a spoon. And then it's down to you how thick you want to make it. I always put a layer in first so that I know roughly where I'm going with it. It might be that this does more than the tin that I've got in today, because I've never used these before for doing it, so I like to try stuff with you guys so you can see the mistakes that I can make. Because it is just trial and error. I know that we've been doing this for a year, but these recipes that I'm showing you guys, I've only just started remaking, so yeah. We can learn about this together. So I think that's probably deep enough to be for. Perfect. So I'll pack that in and then I'll pop it in the fridge. So I'm going to do the other loaf tin and then I'll come back to you when I'm going to beat the living tar out of the Werthers originals. So see you in a little second. So guys, I've started beating the living tar out of the Werthers. Now the reason that I do that is because it's actually easier for them to melt when they're in big chunks. It's a bit of a nightmare. So if you hit the middle of it, it breaks. I'm not saying it's going into tiny little chunks, but I'll show you in a second. It does break them down a little bit and it's easier. So you want to use these with 25 grams worth of butter. And that's it, that's all you do. So in a second I'm going to melt these down and then I'll show you the consistency once it's melted, and then I'll add it to the Snickers base and I'll show you what that looks like in a second. Okay guys, I have melted down the Werthers and it looks like this. You have to work pretty fast. So I'm literally just pouring a little bit on. It doesn't need to be too thick, because if it's too thick then it won't settle. Oops. Guys, my recommendation is that you make sure you put the pot straight into the sink in hot soapy water, otherwise it sticks to your pans. This is starting to solidify already, so this is what I mean by working fast, guys. You need to make sure you get right in there. delicious. Perfect. And now, as you can see, like it's starting to harden already. So I'm going to stick this back in the fridge. So guys, while that's now back in the fridge, I've kept a spoon because I'll use it for melting with the chocolate. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add, actually let me scale it. So I've added 2 bars of the dark chocolate that I showed you earlier because this is obviously a double recipe. So I'm now going to add 50 grams of butter in with the dark chocolate. It needs to be 85% to keep the carb count down. And now I'm just going to melt this in the microwave because I know the caramel is already starting to harden. We've been in the fridge, so we can pretty much do this right away. The chocolate's melted now. So again, that was 50 grams of butter and dark chocolate, but I still like mine to be a little bit sweeter. So from my protein, more flavour drops, but these are chocolate peanut butter flavour. And again, it's 2 pipettes, just to give it a little bit of sweetness. This is already, as you can hear, the caramel, sorry that was a bit loud, so the caramel has already set. And I'm literally going to pour this over. And that's it guys. Now, sorry, I've got chocolate everywhere. So you guys can do it your way. You don't have to put the Werthers original in. You can literally just have it with the chocolate and the peanut butter. But it's a really good recipe. It's a quick sweet treat as well if you want one. You can make it even quicker by melting the butter, the chocolate and some peanut butter together in a little bowl, mixing it up and putting it in the microwave and letting it all melt together, and then you've got a little treat then as well if you need a quick one. But guys, honestly, this is so tasty, and when we cut into it, I'll show you what it looks like. Thanks for joining in. I really hope you liked this recipe. If there's anything that you want to see me make, please shout out, send me a message and I'll see what I can do for you guys. But please, if you could, thumbs up, subscribe and share the video. Take care guys, bye. Right, I'm going to half it just to see if it's worked. A lot of peanut this time.